What's up, YouTube? Zach's back with another attack. Now, with Hurricane Harvey wreaking havoc across Texas, as well as Hurricane Irma starting to become, well, it's now officially the most powerful hurricane ever in the Atlantic Ocean, setting records. Hopefully, it doesn't, but it might wreak a bunch of havoc similar to Texas in Florida. And we're hoping that doesn't happen, but because it's been so prevalent in the news, I wanted to take a minute to discuss hurricanes a little bit, and especially how they're named. Now, I saw a post on Facebook that kind of inspired this video, and it said, why do they name hurricanes things like Harvey or Irma? Shouldn't they be called like Hurricane Megadeth 3000, where it strikes fear in people and makes them want to evacuate the place they're in? Now, there's many reasons why they don't do this, and one of them is just because they don't want people to be so afraid that they panic, and they want people to evacuate and be safe, obviously, but they don't want them to panic and cause issues and make things worse than they already are. But another reason is just because you could go to anyone today, probably, and ask them about Hurricane Harvey, and they would probably be able to tell you about the devastation in Texas that's happening at this very moment. Likewise, you could ask anyone about Hurricane Katrina that happened a few years ago, and they could probably tell you about that in Louisiana as well. Now, if they called it something like that, they may know it, but it's a lot easier to remember these simple, short names. There, before 1950, they would say things like the fifth hurricane in 1938. And it wasn't very effective. You had to remember the order. They just called them by the year and the order that it happened in that year. Back in this time, before they were using actual names to describe hurricanes, radio broadcasts would talk about these storms, and people would think that it was a different storm that was happening if two or more were happening at the same time, miles away, and would not react in the right way. Or they would react like crazy when it was actually a storm that was nowhere near them, and it caused a lot of issues. But if they can say, this is Hurricane Harvey, this is Hurricane Irma, then you know which hurricane it is, and you know if you need to react, you know where this storm is taking place, when it's taking place, and what the next step is. As for where the names actually come from, they started using female names first, and then soon adopted male names as well, and just created a huge list of names that they use over and over again on a 6-year rotating basis. So if Harvey is used, for example, it won't be used again for 6 years. And likewise, they switch male and female, male and female. For example, Harvey, H is a male name, and then Irma is a female name, H-I, so H-I-J, whatever is J is going to be a male name. Maybe it's Hurricane John, maybe it's Hurricane Jim, we don't know, but that's how these names work. The only exception is if a hurricane is extremely costly or deadly, they will retire a name. For a few examples of retired hurricane names, there is Hurricane Katrina, for obvious reasons, Hurricane Ike, and Hurricane Bob. So I actually did look up what the next hurricane will be. The next one is Hurricane Jose, followed by Hurricane Katia, and then Hurricane Lee. And the list goes on and on. In the event that there is more than 21 tropical storms in 1 year, which is when they run out of letters and names to use, they will switch to the Greek alphabet. Not entirely sure how that works, but I'm sure it's interesting, and hopefully there's not too many. They just do Hurricane Beta, Hurricane Alpha, and so on. It could get complicated. But rest assured that it's less complicated than saying the 8th storm of 2017, and you can know which storm we're talking about at all times when you say a specific name, Most of the time, people will know exactly what you're talking about if they experienced that storm and the devastation it brought. And names are retired when they are super memorable. If they're not very memorable, then the names can be reused. And it's a better system. Things have changed for the better, and I'm very glad that we are living in a place where things are easier to understand and to know what everybody's talking about. That said, though, there is 13 days left until my promotion ends. I'm donating $1 for every subscriber I get. This started yesterday, and I've already got 4 or 5 new subscribers, so I'm gonna donate a little bit of money no matter what. But I will add an extra $1 onto that for every new subscriber I get, and if we hit 100 subscribers before this is over, then I will donate an additional $100 to what I was going to donate, no matter what. So definitely hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you guys think. If you've got a better name for hurricanes, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you learned something today. I'm Zach. Keep smiling, don't do crack, and I'll catch you in the future.